here at the build table and let's get started. So folks, before we begin the build, there is one quick thing that I've added to the build, and that is these 80mm fans, and we would need two of these to go in front of the case where it would cool the hard drives that we would put on the inside. So the fans would go in here and they would cool the hard drives that we put in here. And the removable 2.5-inch cage that I was talking about was this. What you can do is you can loosen these screws and move that backwards to put more like 3.5-inch drives in there. Alright, so first things first, let's start with the motherboard. And I've got all the accessories that I need right here. I've got an additional SATA cable. I've got my trusty old screwdriver, and I've got a precision screwdriver set as well, just in case if we need it. I'm pretty sure we won't need these, but just in case. Drivers and one additional SATA cable. The back plate. I usually use the pouch that the motherboard came in because that's basically an anti-static bag, and it's pretty safe if you keep your motherboard on top of that pouch as much as you can. Now let's get to the CPU. The most interesting part is, since this is only a 25-watt CPU, the cooler is extremely small, and it just has about 40 or 50 mm fan, or probably this is a 40 mm fan on this, which is neat. So that's more energy savings there. Now to look at how this heatsink is mounted, and okay, interestingly, it has just two pins, and both are press fit pins. Now I usually orient this fan cable to closest to the socket on the motherboard, which is on right here near the RAM banks. Okay, the good thing is I'm pretty sure they're pretty easy to take off as well. Then comes the RAM. I'm going to put two 4 GB RAMs in this. Wow. The interesting part about this motherboard is there are no hinges on the other side of the RAM sockets. So, yeah. Whoops. Sorry folks, got the wrong RAM. This is a DDR2 RAM that I had. Oh, I have to find the DDR3 RAM sticks. Alright, so here I got a box of RAMs, and all I need to do is find the right one. Okay. Alright, got one stick. Let's find the other. Got it. So, yep. These are DDR3 RAMs. Good. pressure on that. There you go. In. And the other one. Alright, that is in. Fantastic. Alright, so let's keep that aside for a moment. Now let's put the power supply into the case. Manual, and we have a power cable, mounting screws, and the power supply itself. Looks neat. It is got that. It has a white powder coating on the top and the side, and nice matte black finish on the other sides. And this goes. Now I'm getting spoiled for choice. I wish I had these screws in black, so that would give it a nice finish at the back. First world problems. But Dad was here, he wouldn't have liked it. Tightening the screws the wrong way. See, I already tightened these two. Sorry, Dad. So there we have it, the power supply in. Now let's put in the motherboard. Oh, before that, the back plate goes in. Alright, seems in. Alright, here comes the motherboard. So before doing that, I quickly need to change the two standoffs that I have at the bottom and move them closer, because the board is just going to be this small. Didn't have my dinner yet. Not enough strength. And we needed a plier. Who would have thought? A standoff taking so much time? Never ever in my build. Any of my builds. Oh yes, got it. Oh, why full more? Why Nermax? Okay, now that goes in. Woohoo! Alright, so interesting. So now I see they have about 1, 2, 3, 6 and 2, 8 standoffs for an ATX motherboard. But we have a micro ATX. So yeah, oops, we missed this. Alright, let's plug in the fan connector right here, CPU fan. Just twist it a bit. I don't like the wires flapping around. Twist, 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 twist. Get a nice twist on there. Twist, 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 twist. You know, the best way to get a twist on a longer wire is to tape one end to a power drill and hold other end in some pliers, and then just whip at it. Boom. And that gives it a nice uniform spin on the wire. This looks about nice. And then that goes round and round. And there it goes. Oh, we need one more. Alright, fantastic. Nice loop. That won't tangle in anything. Yay, don't fight. Come on. Really? Oh, there it goes. Sweet. just wondering if this has any chassis fan connector. Oh yes, we have a sys fan. Good, because this fan at the back is going to go in the sys fan connector. Beauty. Okay. Okay, this is the second challenge. Second challenge, getting all these ports out through the back panel. Alright, so the most challenging part was there was a tab sticking out in front of the Ethernet port, and I just bent it a bit upwards, and now still I'm missing something. What is that? Please. Okay, HDMI, same problem. It has a tab. Come on. Alright, fantastic. Lined up. And USB is okay. Yeah, that's about it. I think it looks good. Now let's get some more screws and get done with the motherboard. Alright, so interesting. The black anodized screws I was talking about, beautiful Enermax, thanks a lot. These are black anodized ones. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to replace these 4 screws with these black ones. Woohoo! Love it. Alright. The other nice thing, I'm liking this cabinet more and more, they have provided thumb screws for the back, which is nice. I like it. Well, they have silver screws in there, or chromium plated, not the black ones, but yeah, that's fine. I won't complain. They're nice enough to give me that. And interesting, they also have additional fan mounts. Thank you. This is really painful to get right. Thanks a lot. That is a well thought of package that they have provided with this case. Beautiful, I like it. And by the way, this is my second Enermax case, and the first one that I got was actually a pink color case. It was I got it on a deal for about $15, and well, I painted it white, or I spray painted it white and green to match the Minecraft theme. So that's it. This is the second one, and I'm pretty impressed with the quality of these cases. Oh, definitely recommend it. Now let's first put our motherboard in place. Alright, let's get started again, folks. I hit a bit of a snafu here. My card ran out of space on the camera, so I just had to replace it. Luckily I didn't lose a lot of video, and the thing that probably was not captured was me screwing in the motherboard. Well, actually just 2 screws, not all, and I think that was it. So I've replaced the card, and let's get started again. The funny thing is, every time I watch the videos that I shoot on my monitor, I'm a bit worried, because every time I see them in a yellowish tint, and every time I do that, I'm a bit worried that, oh my goodness, my white balance is screwed again. But then I realize I have installed this, I think it's called F-Lux, sorry. Yeah, it's called F-Lux. And that actually changes the color balance of your monitors to, better suit the working environments at night with a low light. And that really works, and recommended as well, definitely. So, enough of chit chat. Here we have the motherboard ready. So now I've bolted down screwed down the motherboard. Now let's get on with let's put these on the very last. And in the meantime, what I did is I just ordered a 4-port SATA card, which I can use one of these X1 slots. The one thing that I didn't notice while I ordered it was that I ordered a PCI X1 card. Ideally, I should order a PCI 2 X4 or X4 or X8 card. It was about $10 more. I probably would go back and do that now, but that would probably then go into the X16 slot and get much higher speed, since I'm connecting like 4 hard drives to it. But well, we'll take a look at both of them and see how that goes. Now let's connect the hard drives. Alright folks, so I just put in the hard drive. There you go, it's a slight gotcha. You plug them backwards. Okay, that is interesting. I did not know that. Sorry. Oops. This is really bad. Again, drives in. Alright, fantastic. That is in. Okay, so what that means is to connect these, flip the case over and connect these people. That's fine, because we anyway need to route these cables from under this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and we'll look at the other side and then route the cable through that. So I'm pretty sure we have secured almost everything. And I'll turn this thing over. In this section, what I've done is I've done a little bit of cable management at the back, and that seems to be fine. The only thing I'm worried about is if the back case has enough room to accommodate these thick cables lying against this back plane. But Max has thought of that. The back panel is recessed, or it's bulging out rather, so it'll fit just fine. And let's try the fit. Does it? It should fit. And it does. Impressive. Okay, good. So that fits. I'm not worried about that. Now let me put the SATA cables in and then route them through. Alright, so the business from this end is done. Let's close this. Alright, and this time I'm using the thumb screws. Somehow I like these. I like the thumb screw design. Voila. Let's work on this side. Folks, I would really like if these were right angle connectors, and I had a bunch of them but I'm not able to find them, so for now it's gonna be this way. Connecting the fan, the system fan, and now there are these front panel connectors and the motherboard power supply. Alright, that goes in. Fantastic. And does this reach? Oh yay. The cables are actually really, they are long enough for them to reach the 4-pin socket at the back of the motherboard, which is good. I forgot to route these at the back. To open it up again. this is confusing, folks. In the manual, they have shown two connectors, but they have said refer to them as JFP 2 and 1, but they haven't marked which one is which. Fail, guys. We need numbering on these. Okay, that's one thumbs down for MSI. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm missing any sockets here. Alright, folks, so the moment of truth. Everything seems to be plugged in. I've plugged in the power. Let's see if it works. Cross your fingers. Alright, let's see. This we have power. Yes. Yes. Come on. And yay! It works, folks. Alright, fantastic. It worked fine. Not bad. 8 GB RAM at 1333. Well, I didn't know the speed of those. I just pulled them out from my stack of RAM. And we got 2 hard drives. Fantastic. Alright, so that works fine. There's a small issue with the fans that I had bought. These fans, well, I actually didn't intend to use them in a computer. I actually wanted to use them on my electronic devices, which I make on the heat sinks. So these were like 80 mm fans. Sorry, they're not 120 mm. And none of the holes would accept an 80 mm fan. So I probably cannot use these. So what I'm going to do is, in the next video, when I install the add-on card, I'll also go ahead and order a few 120 mm fans, or most likely I probably need to look in my stash if I have any 120 mm fans, and then use those in here. And that's it. So the hardware build is complete. What I'll do next is I'll install an OS on this. Most likely it's going to be it'll be free NAS, and I'll make another part of this video with the free NAS installation and the setting up of the NAS itself. Until then, folks, have a good day.